Hey YouTube, so today I wanted to go further on the pickup that I created in the last video about the coin, and there's some use cases and some things to make it a little bit more interesting with the pickup. And one of those things are like having a chest for it, or making them go along a spline. So I thought I would show you that today. As you can see here in my project, I have a bunch of more things for the coin. Here you can see they are following a spline. If we look at it like this, you can see that the white line here is the spline, and if I were to change its direction, the coins should update. Maybe if I change the offset a little bit. There's the distance in between them, but I'm not sure why the spline doesn't update like it should. So if we remove this, and I put in the spline, maybe it didn't update or anything. Here I have two of them in a row, and if I update the spline points, it changes according to the line here. And this is very useful for making levels and stuff. Right now I have physics on my coins, a little box with physics, that's this part. So if I let go here, oh yeah, and I disable the gravity on that physics as soon as I start. But if I were to have gravity on my pickup, no, I'm lost, because they're supposed to fall to the ground. What if I just remove that part? How does it look now? Now they fall. Okay. So now they fall to the ground because of the physics, and this one is a little bit lower to the ground, so it didn't quite catch up. And if I were to disable the gravity, this is what it looks like. And if I turn it back on, oh, maybe. Maybe that's what's so wrong, that it doesn't update. Yeah, for some reason it didn't update, but now it does. So if I remove the gravity here, the gravity is removed, gravity is back on, it doesn't. That's so strange. Maybe I should do that on event begin play and not. But that's for each one of them, so it has to. One way you can solve this gravity part is with different pickup coins. One has gravity, one has not. Maybe that's the better way to go about it. But anyway, another way to use pickups and coins and stuff is with the chest. And here I have a heart pickup, which would grant me an extra life or something like that. And it also has physics because you can see it go out and then it touches the ground and it stopped. Okay, so I looked up on the gravity part on my spine here, and it only added gravity or disabled gravity depending on when it was constructed, because it was in the construction script. So I changed that to have it on begin play. So I saw that by in the construction script I add it to an array called pickups, and on begin play I take that array and I go through each element and I add a disabled gravity here. It shouldn't be called check gravity, it can be called add/disable gravity. And so it does that on begin play for each pickup. And yeah, I thought I would show you how to make. We can start by adding physics to the coin. This is the coin here, and it's on the pickup parent. I added a box here, and this one has physics. Here, simulate physics, and it has gravity, and I lock the rotation, so it's like static. But it can move, but it can't rotate. And then I add collision enabled here, and a custom collision persistent custom here. And I can't see which it is, but maybe in the pickup coin I can see. So the box here, collision here. So it's the custom is that it doesn't block camera. It allows camera. I can ignore camera actually, and it blocks everything static, and everything. I can also ignore all dynamic, I guess. And then pawn, it overlaps. You can actually ignore pawn as well. Ignore vehicle, ignore destructible. So it just blocks physics body and wall static and visibility. I don't know what the visibility really does actually, but there that is. And you have to have collision enabled query and physics to make that work. And in order to rotate it now, because you wouldn't want to rotate the whole actor because of the new box. So then I make a relative rotation and I add a static mesh. So that will be the coin or the heart. And then I add a value to the delta seconds, and I think this is how you do it, so it works over different frame rates. I just multiply it on the delta seconds and add a value here. This is 180, it looks something like this. And then this is how you get physics on coins and whatnot. If it's very convoluted and you feel like I have to explain more, I'll make a different tutorial for that. But it's basically a physics block, and then all the pickups act on this physics block, and they, as like the static mesh themselves, they don't fall because it's on the block. Yeah. And this chest thing is actually a Blender model with an animated door, and I'd say it's a little complicated to show, but I can try. Skull chest. So when I overlap, and if it's my main character, once it enables an open variable which acts in animation blueprint, and then I enable the gravity of the child actor, which is the pickup, and then I add a force so it jumps out, and this force is actually on a blueprint interface, so it can call it. As I said, it's really complicated, but again, if you want me to make a tutorial for that specifically, I will. As same as the spline here. Everything is. I'm just showing use cases for pickups here, and let's see here if this works now. That I can. Yeah, it follows the spline here correctly. I didn't know why it didn't earlier. Maybe it's because I moved the spline itself. Yeah, probably. But how do I make it rotate? So it seems like I have to change the spline points here to make it move, and not the origin of the spine or the end of the spine. And here you can play around with it. So yeah, that's some use cases that you can have for your coins, and I'll quickly show the spline setup. In the construction script, first you add a spline, add here and you type spline, not spine mesh, spline, and I like to have a child actor that I set first with my pickup class, and I get the bounds of that, and it doesn't really matter with bounds, but the offset is important, and I have a default value on offset, so it doesn't add like many pickups. This is like the in-between distance, and yeah, you take the bounds and the offset, and you take the distance here, and you divide the distance by the spline length, and that's how many coins or hearts or whatever you want to do. And in order to know for what location each pickup is supposed to be at, you take the distance times the how many in the loop, in the for loop, and you check the index and you take the distance, and you get the location at distance. So it's like, oh, I'm supposed to go 1 meter on the spine. Oh, where is that? That's what this does. It's a built-in function in Unreal. And then I add a new coin at that point, taking that location there, and then I set the child actor class to the pickup class, to the coin or whatever, and then I add it to my pickups, and I can use it to do my own functions later. So yeah, pretty much a pretty basic tutorial. Didn't really do much on my to show, but I thought this can show you some use cases for the coins. Yeah. So, peace.